Hello everyone, here is the working of our project Mudrakshara. First and foremost, before going to the coding part, I would like to explain you the demonstration of our working of a project, that is how it works. I'll be executing the code now. Once I'm executing, it will ask me for the hand gestures to be recorded. I'll be providing the hand gesture, that is I'm trying to communicate by hand gestures telling Avishkar. These gestures will be predicted by the CNN. These will be recorded and converted into frames, thereby passed to the prediction model. That prediction model predicts accurately the gestures into text. These texts are thereby converted to word and printed on the screen. Thereby the word is sent to the audio module to get the output in the audio format. I am going to execute the code now. Started live streaming of hand gestures. A V I S H K A R. Ended live streaming of hand gestures. Started converting videos to frames, and it is successfully done. It has predicted the module, the alphabets which I have shown as the gestures, and the
Avishkar.
Since once the alphabet has been predicted, it is converted to word, that is the gestures to word. Then this word is sent to the autocorrect module. If any correction is required, this autocorrect module will be done. If no word is found in the dictionary, that will be given as the same word. Then it is sent to the audio module, which we have already heard, that is Avishkar. Before going to this, I have run my code in the Kaggle website. I have tried to load due to the limitations like RAM and GPU which they have provided, that is of 16 GB RAM and 13 GB GPU. That was not sufficient to my model, or that is 200. It was just accepting of 200 images for training dataset and 100 images for testing dataset. Whereas in Google Colab, I have tried to execute my code, the same problem had been occurred. That is, they are providing only 12 GB of RAM, which was not sufficient to load even my data. So at the end, I have tried in my laptop itself, that is 8 GB RAM, 4 GB GPU and 2.1 GHz processor. With the 400 data set, it took nearly around 450 approx. It was around 5.5 hours to train my data set. A data set which I have considered is 400 images per alphabet, that is 11,600 for training data set and 2,900 for the testing data set. Now I will be telling you about the coding part. In this coding part, we have 4 modules as we have specified in the objectives. First is live streaming of our live streaming. Then the videos to frame. The video which has been recorded here will be converted into frames in this module. Then the frames converted, all the frames will be predicted in the prediction module. Then it returns the word which has been predicted. That word will be passing to the voice module to predict to give the output in the form of voice. First module is live streaming. It will record live hand gestures of deaf or dumb people communicating in the ASL language. Initially, it will print the message started live streaming of hand gestures as shown here. Then it will create a video capture method object. It records by making use of video writer function. It writes the video which we are going to record in the .avi model. This is the path where we are going to save, and this is the frame rate, that is how many frames we are going to record per second, and this is the window size, and this is the infinite loop. Here I'll be reading the frames. It returns frame and the boolean value. This will be flipped to get the exact mirror image, and I'll be, as shown in the output before, we have specified region where my hand gesture is visible. This hand gesture is saved in the video. This is the frame which we are going to this is the rectangle which we are going to get in the output screen, that is green color. Then this shows for the smaller part, for the hand gesture which we have showed, that this is the small window which had shown already, and this is the and one more is the bigger one window. We are getting messages like Mudrakshara voice for deaf and dumb by making use of put text, and press escape to quit by making use of put text. The font style all have been mentioned here. Once the escape key is pressed, this while loop will be infinite loop will be broken. The escape key is here if the condition is here. Then comes, once this module is executed successfully, live streaming, then second module is videos to frames. The video which we have recorded, that will be giving the path of the video, and will be giving one folder. All the files, if any images or any files are present in that folder, that will be get deleted by making use of this code. Then if there is no folder exist, we'll create a folder by making use of this part of code. Then we'll access that static video, that is the video which we have said, we'll be passing it to a video capture function. Then we'll make a use of infinite loop. This is the frame rate which we are using, and frame rate, it will get the current frame by making the cap.get1 will get the current frame, cap.get5 will get the frame rate of our web camera. Then if there are no boolean, if there are no frames, it breaks the loop, that is the end of the video. This will be converting, this is the code where we are going to access 1 frame per second, that is frame ID modulus of frame rate. 35 mod 35 is equals to 0. My frame rate of web camera is 35, and with that, if it is satisfied, then we will be storing the image folders. All the frames from the video per second will be stored in the image folders. This is done successfully, converted into frame. This is the second module, and comes the third module is video prediction module. In the prediction module, we will be creating one empty array. Then we'll be specifying the path of the frames where we have stored by making the regular expression and the path. Then by we are listing the categories, and we are loading the CNN model. This part of the code will be explained by the one of my teammates in the upcoming minutes. Then we are accessing the images, that is the frames one by one, by making use of globe.path. Then we'll be making use of model.predict function to predict the gesture from the frame. We'll be passing frame to the prepare function, where we will prepare the image according to the CNN model we have trained. These are the resize and the reshape function. Once this is done, it will predict by making the model.predict. The prediction will be printed here. Then it is converted to list, and the accurate prediction will be done by p.index of max. Once this is done, this is appended to the empty text, and this will be converted into word by joining the text, and this text to word is written by the prediction function, which will be stored here. This word will be passing to the voice function to get the voice to get into the voice format. Here we are in the prediction function, we are printing that in the text format, and in the audio function, text to voice, we are passing the text, the word which we have got from the prediction function will be correcting using autocorrect module. If there is no word exists in the dictionary, it will be giving the same word. If there are any redundancy, we have made use this autocorrect module. Then this to pass this text, we need in the string format to get into the audio. Since GTTS access the only string format, there we are specifying the language, and we are saving the MP3 file, and we are playing the audio file making os.system.
Here I am showing demonstration for building our CNN model. For building CNN model, we require two important things: Keras and TensorFlow. Keras is an API which is used to build models like CNN, RNN, and so on, whereas TensorFlow is backend which is used to perform complex mathematical operations. Before building, we need to import from Keras package sequential method, convolution 2D, maxpool 2D, flatten, and dense. The first step in building our classifier model is initializing it using sequential method. The reference for the initialized CNN is stored in classifier object. Once we initialize it, we need to add layers and perform convolution maxpooling steps. First, we'll perform convolution step using add method, where input we need to pass two parameters, convolution parameter and the activation parameter. As the images we select are of 2 dimension, we use convolution 2D method, which again takes 4 parameters. First one is number of feature detectors. We are considering here 32, and next two are size of it. The next fourth parameter is input shape, which where we need to specify dimensions of our input image and channels. As our images are colored images, 3 channel, though they are RGB, hence we need to specify 3. Activation function here used is ReLU, rectified linear unit. As here it considers all negative pixels as 0 and positive as positive, hence g of x formalized g of x is equals to max of 0 comma x. Then after performing convolution step, we need to perform max pooling step using max pooling 2D. This is also performed using add method, where we need to specify pool size, that is equal to 2 cross 2. Next, to increase performance of our system, we can perform any number of times the convolution step and max pooling step. Here we have performed twice. Later, after max pooling, we need to flatten them to get linear vector of nodes. Hence, we perform dot add of flatten, where flatten method gives our one-dimensional linear vector. Next, once this creates our input layers, later to get our hidden layers and output layer for our ANN, we use dense method. Where dense method, we need to specify 2 parameters. One is output dim and activation function. Output dim is used to specify number of nodes in that layer, and activation, the activation function we are using. Here we are designing our hidden layer using dense function, where output dim equals to 120. We are considering 128 nodes. Next, activation function here used again is ReLU. Next, to create our output layer, we use the same dense with output dim 29, as we have 29 different categories. Let me show here. These are different categories from A to Z alphabets with then delete, nothing and space. Let me go back to the code. Here 29 different categories with activation function used here is softmax. As we have multiple categories, this performs better. Later, once we have created skeleton of all layers, we need to compile them with specifying optimizer. Here we used Adam. Loss, as we have 29 different categories, we use categorical cross entropy. Next, if we had only 2, then we would have used binary. The matrices used to measure the performance's accuracy. Dot compile method will compile our built CNN model up till now. Later, by importing Keras method, we will perform image processing and image augmentation to get multiple images, which as a large number of images helps us better training of our CNN model. Image data generator will create augmentation, where we need to specify shear range, zoom range, horizontal flip. Rescale method will rescale the pixel values between 0 and 1 and later. The same way we perform training and testing. Once we create train datagen and test datagen, we need to specify the path where our training images are present, and their size with the batch size and class mode, as here is class mode is categorical and size is 120 cross 120. Here are the images, and here this is the training data set with 400 images each and testing data set with 100 images each. Later, once we can see the summary using summary method. Later, we can fit the model using training data set with samples. As we have 29 different categories, 400 each, it will become 11,600 with epochs 50, and validation is test set with the number of samples 2,900 each. Once we run this code, we will our CNN is trained. We can save this trained CNN model using save method and use it any number of times. Thank you.